Well, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching. We are live here in Suphanburi for the 2026 IWBF Repechage, in which 7 teams, well, now it's only 3 left, that will compete for a ticket to get to the 2026 IWBF World Championship in Ottawa, Canada. We've already seen Iran book their tickets today as they top the group, defeating Poland. And while Poland will have a final game to get their tickets, this game now between Brazil and Senegal will be the further seedings to find out who will go into the final game day to match or to go up against their matchups in those final countdown games. Well, so far Brazil, of course, having a very tough start. And Senegal as well. The difference is this is the first competition for Senegal outside of the IWBF Africa zone. And while talent is definitely undeniable in this team, they've got some very key players such as El Hadji Diouf, Salio Dieng, as well as Alio Drame. This team right now feels like they should be getting a victory at some point. They had a very competitive game against Poland. Now they'll definitely fancy their chances against Brazil. While Brazil, on the other hand, 2 very competitive games against both Iran and Poland. And like I said, today one of these 2 teams will pick up their first victory here in Suphanburi at the IWBF Repechage 2026. Well, it's an exciting matchup. 2 teams, of course, I would say very close to each other in terms of what they possess on the floor, and they do go very deep into their rotations. But head coach Gijs van Rooselaar, former head coach of the Netherlands, knows that Senegal are going to be a tough test for his Brazilian national team. Well, again, we'd like to welcome all of our viewers watching live on IWBF YouTube platform. If you're watching this game, please give this live stream a like, subscribe to the IWBF on YouTube, and make sure you follow IWBF on X, Instagram, and Facebook, where you can be kept up to date with all the best news, highlights, and content that matter to you most. And also, if you're watching live, let us know in the live YouTube comment bank, which team are you supporting? Are you supporting the Wow Wow of Senegal, or are you supporting Bora Brazil? As mentioned, one of these 2 teams will indeed pick up their first victory here at the Repechage. Well, when we talk about Brazil, the one player that comes to mind is Cristiano Clemente. I mean, he's been simply unstoppable in terms of a scoring threat for his team. And so far, Clemente, double C7, has been averaging 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. But I think Brazil need a little bit more from number 5, Dario Filho. Because Filho just short of averaging double figures, but looked like he was going to be an offensive threat against Iran. And Iran remaining undefeated, thus qualifying for Ottawa, Canada 2026 for the IWBF World Championship. It's a very evenly balanced matchup. Senegal, as we mentioned, the key player to look out for, number 20, El Hadji Diouf, is probably going to be their biggest scoring factor. Now, against Poland, this team was unfortunately without one of their key go-to players in Dodone Dagoya, who picks up 3 fouls very early in the first half. But for them to be competitive, Dagoya as well as El Hadji Diouf need to have big impactful games tonight for Senegal. Well, Senegal come into this game, a lot of inspiration from that big performance they put up against Poland. Both of these 2 teams having lost already to both Iran and Poland. Well, like I said, another key impact player Senegal have coming off the bench is Ibrahima Faye. Now, Senegal's starting 5 for this game. They're going to go with Salio Dieng, Alio Drame, Dodon Dagoya, as well as El Hadji Diouf and Issa Dia. While Brazil, they go with Duan Santos, Dario Filho, Alex da Silva, Sergio Junior, and their key scorer, probably the best scorer in this competition, in Cristiano Clemente. Well, it's been an outstanding IWBF Repechage here in Suphanburi. The hosts have done a magnificent job in hosting an outstanding event here in the city of gold in beautiful Thailand. But it's going to be Filho on the tip here with Salio Dieng, and we're underway. And it will be Senegal with the first possession. Both teams would love to get off to a very high-flying start. Well, Hadji Diouf has proven he's quite an effective scorer from 18, just a little short that time. It's Da Silva coming up with a rebound. Clemente tries to get ahead here. Well, he has a wide open lane. Nobody. Uncontested layup, and the first 2 points do go to Brazil. Well, Senegal have been very good in their transition defense. Teams have had fast break points against them, but that's not something they give away too easily. Well, Saliou Dieng wide open. They don't get it to him. Aliou Dramé just wasn't aware, but that should have been easy 2 points in the paint for Senegal. El Hadji Diouf. Just a bit off balance, bit of contact. He felt a foul should have been given, but the official's happy to allow play to continue. Brazil will get this back. I think between these two teams, Brazil offensively are going to much prefer a half-court game against Senegal. And that's not to say Senegal are not a very good defensive team. That's just more in the style they play. Everything is going to run through Cristiano Clemente in terms of scoring. I think Senegal do possess a very physical post-interior defense. Now, De Goya is going to have to come out and defend here against Da Silva. Sergio Junior right down the middle, and that's 2 uncontested looks for Brazil in the paint. Well, welcome to all the fans watching in Senegal. It's got to be a wow time tonight here for Senegal. Well, to all of the boas-vindas os torcedores brasileiros do basquete em cadeira de rodas. Excuse me. Bora Brazil. A big thank you to everybody tuning in live here on the IWBF YouTube platform. Saliou Dieng going back to Aliou Dramé. Dramé just trying to find an opening. That's good play by Aliou Dramé, just forcing a foul now. Is that on Clemente or is that on Sergio Junior? Well, that foul is actually going to be called on Sergio Junior. Senegal still looking. Oh, nice little hesitation by Aliou Dramé. Finds his way in the paint and a BEA. Beautiful play as he gets the and one. Well, that's just how he read the defense. The hesitation, the pump fake by Aliou Dramé. And he'll find his way at the free throw line. Because Senegal coming bronze medal at the at the IWBF African Championship. Aliou Dramé, one of the key playmakers for this team, because he averaged 5 assists at the African Championships along with 6 points. Well, Filio now, that's the kind of shot he was making earlier against Iran yesterday. That time unable to convert it now. Here comes Senegal. Aliou Dramé just caught in a bit of pressure. El Hadji Diouf, one extra pass. Beautiful passing. And already, wow, baby, coming from Senegal. Saliou Dieng giving Senegal a 1-point lead. Sergio Junior. Then they go to Filio inside the paint. That's 2 misses. And already Senegal doing an excellent job of preventing Brazil from coming up with any offensive rebounds. And that's going to be an offensive foul against De Goya. Well, De Goya just losing control, and as mentioned, in the game against Iran, he picked up, or against Poland, my apologies, picked up a lot of unnecessary fouls early on. Well, looks like a timeout's going to be called by Senegal. They want to talk this one over. 7:34 to go here in the first quarter, and they lead by 1. We'll be back momentarily. Well, we return for the timeout. Only 2 minutes and 26 seconds played here in the first quarter. It's going to be, it's going to be Brazil ball. Brazil have actually elected to advance the possession, but sideline possession, So haven't gone to their go-to scoring option, Cristiano Clemente. Clemente's numbers have been very impressive so far in the first two games. Drame just trying to keep the space limited, but now they go to Da Silva. And now he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. I think the foul is going to be called against Issa Dia. I'd say Alex Da Silva has been very much a versatile veteran role player for this team. He's done a magnificent job. It's just unfortunate for Brazil being in a tough group that possesses both Iran and Poland, and now a very tough test here against Senegal. But they have a great coach in Kais van Rooselaar. Because the sky is the limit for both these two national teams. A great learning curve and experience to Senegal. The first time outside of the IWBF Africa Championships. Aliou Drame just trying to kickstart the offensive for Senegal. Well, Saliou Dieng unfortunately just going to the ground, so this is going to cause a slight delay in game at the moment here for Senegal. But they will retain possession with a 13 on the shot clock. Aliou Drame will inbound this. Ibrahima Faye, because he can become quite a big X factor on both ends of the floor for Senegal. Saliou Dieng cross court trying to find El Hadji Diouf. Good hands by Clemente. Diouf keeps this one alive. Gonna have to take this one under pressure. Shot is up. It's gonna be a tough test today for El Hadji Diouf, the king of Senegal, because defensively Brazil do have good matchups. Now Clemente. Oh, he was wide open, didn't go for it. But Da Silva goes right back to him. Clemente here on the baseline. 7 on the shot clock. Oh, Sergio Jr. wide open, uncontested. I think there's going to be two parts of disappointment there, because Sergio Jr. should have made that. But at the same time, El Hadji Diouf should have come up with a defensive rebound. Sergio Jr. making the free throws, giving Brazil a 3-point lead. Steady start from both teams here in game day 3 of the IWBF Repechage. Drame again looking to build something here in Senegal's offense. Saliou Dieng hasn't necessarily tried to become a mid-range threat here for Senegal in the first 2 games. El Hadji Diouf on the fadeaway, it's up. And just gets a shooter's bounce, and another wow. Well, they need that wow factor today. The king of Senegal has got to get as many good looks on the mid-range as possible. Sergio Jr. just trying to go baseline. Now finds Clemente. Clemente goes back to Da Silva. They want to go to Filio in the paint. Surrounded by a sea of Senegalese defenders. And another foul committed. So that's going to be more free throws coming up for Brazil. Brazil already 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Listen, one thing to take into consideration, in the first 4 minutes and 15 seconds, neither team has missed a free throw at this stage, so that's positive for both Senegal and Brazil. Dario Filio is naturally, I would say, a 6th man here for Brazil. But as we've seen, because that performance he put in the first half against Iran just goes to show that he can be a key factor in the starting 5. Aliou Drame trying to find Saliou Dieng, but a foul is going to be called. That's going to be the third team foul against Brazil. So they do have one to give with 5:34. Baseline possession coming up to the Senegalese players. Ibrahima Faye will inbound this. Drame trying to find an option. Now gets a screen towards the baseline. Hesitates, now goes for it. Mid-range up and beautifully tucked away. And another wow. This time from their number one facilitator, Aliou Drame. Because Senegal, I would say it's fair, since that opening defeat against Iran, they've grown in confidence. And they've got to maintain that spirit if they want to come up with a first victory outside of the IWBF Africa zone. Oh, beautifully tucked away into Silva. That time on the baseline. And I think right now, Clemente trying to send a message to his teammates. If we're going to win, we got to do it together. And that's how any great team needs to grow at any stage of the IWBF. Saliou Dieng. They want to go to Alhaji Diouf. Diouf on the baseline. He's made one, but nobody going in for an offensive rebound for Senegal. It's a 4-on-4 in transition. Here comes Clemente. Well, Clemente wide open. Got to pull the trigger. Goes for it, and obrigado from downtown. Well, you don't leave Clemente wide open. Well, Clemente, time and time again, I would argue, probably the best three-point shooter we have here at the Repechage. Sergio Jr. just trying to stick with Aliou Drame, but now they have to switch to Silva. Well, they try to find Saliou Dieng. Good hands by Clemente, forcing a turnover. And now here come Brazil, leading by 5, looking to extend more pressure. De Silva, cross court to Clemente. Drame does a good job on the pickup. Senegal's got to remain compact on defense. Oh, Clemente, time winding down. Is it deja vu? And obrigado! Again from downtown. Well, could it be Clemente's world again? Could we be living in it one more time? Well, he is the Cristiano Ibrahima Faye. Nice cut here. Keeps it under control. Good pickup by Dario Filio. Saliou Dieng caught in a double team. Drame's going to go. He's made one already. It's a little too strong off the bank. And now here comes Sergio Jr. Brazil, can they go for a double-digit lead? A foul is going to be... Oh, no, it's an offensive foul. Or, nope, out-of-bounds violation. My apologies. Brazil making a change as Duan Santos will go to the bench. So checking into the lineup is Nunes, who, as we saw against Poland, can become a perimeter threat. Already the Excelente Clemente show is beginning from the three-point line. But can Senegal rediscover that identity in their offense? Alhaji Diouf trying to find Faye. Good hands from Sergio Jr. As Brazil want to push the tempo. Clemente goes up against Ibrahima Faye. Stops in his tracks but finds his way in the paint. Keeps in his left hand and now moving up to 8 points. Good play already here from Excelente Clemente. Substitution coming in as Alex De Silva will head to the bench. Checking in as Marcos De Silva. Senegal want to cut this back down to single digits. As Alhaji Diouf just trying to work a screen, going for the mid-range. And these are the kind of shots that he's usually going to tuck away. But if they're not going to force, somebody from Senegal is going to have to try to contest for some offensive rebounds. Best way to try to get back into the game is either fast break points or second chance opportunity points. Senegal, unfortunately, have put Brazil into the penalty, so any further fouls are going to send Brazil to the free throw line. So Nunes will try to extend this lead for Brazil here in game day 3. Nunes knocks them both down, extending it to a 12-point cushion here for the Brazilians. Well, Ibrahima Faye goes for just a little too short, and because something Senegal haven't quite been able to really possess in this tournament has been three-point shooting. They're very good inside the paint and from the mid-range. But now they have to rely collectively on the defensive instincts to try to prevent this lead from getting any bigger. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, live in Suphanburi. Well, Clemente's made 2 threes and make that excelente Clemente. A triplo, a sexto de 3 puntos. He is on fire at the moment here in the first quarter. Senegal have got to find ways to put some points on the board. Saliou Dieng finds De Goya. Now Saliou Dieng in the paint, thinks about it. Well, nice cut there by De Goya, but that's a beautiful offense. The end product just not quite there. But those kind of attempts, those are the shots that Senegal's got to build. As we do have a slight delay in game at the moment. Saliou Dieng just unfortunately going to the ground, but he looks like he's going to be okay. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. It's now Brazil. Oh, good hands by De Goya, forcing a turnover. And that's going to be the 4th and final team foul against Brazil with 1:06 to go. Of course, fans, if you are watching this game live on the IWBF official YouTube platform, let us know in the comment bank which team you're supporting. Are you supporting Wow Senegal, or are you going Bora Brazil? Let us know. Saliou Dieng just trying to find a bit of time and space. He's 1 out of 2 so far. That's another good look. It's wide open. But again, nobody from the weak side going in for a rebound for Senegal. Potential 2 for 1 coming up for the Brazilians. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Nunes, out of control. Good defense by Saliou Dieng. That's going to be a turnover, so Brazil, for their credits, I'd say very good defense, forcing a turnover. Great work by Marcos da Silva. So a change in possession. 36.2 here. Well, Sergio Jr.'s left unmarked at the moment. They go to Nunes. They have Casemiro as well into the game, but Clemente, 3 out of 3 from the perimeter. 11 points so far. Tough pass. Nunes does well to keep it under control. And he beats the shot clock. Excellent offense from Brazil. And the asistencia coming from Excelente Clemente. Right now showing that he's more than just a scorer. He's a facilitator. The Showtime. The iconic Cristiano Clemente. A household name. Well, Senegal now have made Brazil put them into the penalty. This would be good now for IWBF to get to the free throw line. So Senegal have only had one free throw attempt so far today, and that came from IWBF. And he makes now his second one. So it looks like Saliou Dieng just may need to change the left wheel on his chair at the moment. I think this is going to have to be a substitution now for Senegal. So Bandara Sam is going to check into the game, I believe, or maybe not. Looks like they are going to change the wheel. So no substitution. Saliou Dieng will come back into play. 12.1 left here in the first quarter. 16-point lead to Brazil. Well, Brazil have only missed 3 shots so far today. And that's Senegal's first missed free throw. Nice pass by Clemente. Oh, beautiful pass, Sergio Jr. That is excellent transition from the Brazilians. Final seconds here for Senegal. Doesn't look like they're going to get an attempt off. And that's the end of the first quarter. An 18-point lead to Brazil here in game day 3 of the 2026 IWBF Repechage. We'll be back in just under 2 minutes momentarily. That's my favorite. That's Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Suphanburi, the 2026 IWBF Repechage. Second quarter about to take place here between Brazil and Senegal. It's an 18-point lead currently to Brazil, led by Cristiano Clemente with 12 points. And the question today is, will the mighty Clemente, the phenom, the showstopper, will he get a triple-double? He's been very close in many games previously. I have to correct myself. He actually has 2 3-pointers, not 3. But he's the game's leading scorer. Now De Silva on the baseline. Fadeaway. Rebound collected, but oh no. Falling into the hands of the phenom. Oh, Clemente. No-look time finds De Silva. And the asistencia from Excelente Clemente. Finding De Silva. And now extending it to a 20-point cushion for the Brazilians. Another turnover here. Clemente comes up with it. Clemente weighs up his options. Makes extra pass. Juan Santos just cannot finish inside the paint. Rebound collected by Saliou Dieng. IWBF trying to get ahead, but good transition defense from Alex De Silva. Clemente. Why not? Oh no. Hesitates. Finds De Silva. Patient passing now here from the Brazilians. Macedo tries to go off the bank. That's not going to count at the moment here for Brazil, but it's another Senegalese turnover. Clemente wide open in the corner. A little scoop action on the finger roll. Clemente. Very unselfish since going up to 12 points. 1-0 cut baseline, and now he'll move up to 14. And Brazil is just having fun. It's the Ole moment, every pass they make. Well, this is good from De Goya. Just trying to put Brazil's transition defense under pressure, but nobody with him at the moment. As he kicks out to Badara Sam. And that's another turnover. Clemente makes the dime. As Alex Silva's going to try to lay this one up, and he'll push it. Oh, no, he missed. Slightly out of control there from Badara Sam. De Goya puts up the mid-range. Nobody yet again going in for an offensive rebound for Senegal. Clemente gets ahead. De Silva makes a tough pass. Well, Clemente, well, again, beautiful facilitation by Clemente in and around the defense. And able to find the pickpocket pass there to a wide open look for Duan Santos. That's already 16 points inside the paint for the Brazilians. Badara Sam just goes down the middle. Picked up by Cristiano Clemente. Sam puts up a tough one, but that's good coverage by Alex De Silva. Senegal now 4 out of 15 from the field. As now De Silva behind the back finds also De Silva, and that is the De Silva combo, which now results in 2 free throws for De Silva. What started with Marcos De Silva, drawing the Senegalese help side defenders, and what he went with in the end, he identified Alex De Silva. His cut, and it was a behind-the-back no-look diamond. You gotta love that. That's Brazil's very finest De Silva combo. Great free throw shooting, perfection already from Brazil. 8 out of 8 from the charity stripe. And 4 players already have gone to the free throw line. This is Alex De Silva's first trip, so he now becomes the 5th. I don't think we've had so far a better start from the charity stripe from any team so far here at the IWBF Repechage. Ten out of 10 for the Brazilians. A 26-point lead with just over 3 minutes played here in the second quarter. Remember, the result of this game will take place on who the matchups will be tomorrow to find out who will book those tickets to Ottawa, Canada. Al Haji Ju finds Badara Sam. This is better build-up here from the Senegalese players. De Goya. And there's no arguments for that offense. It's a high-percentage look. I still think Senegal have got to find other ways to score, whether that be offensive rebounding or in transition. Marcos. And a foul has been called. So this is going to see Joe Nascimento now go to the free throw line. 6th different Brazilian player here in the first quarter to go to the charity stripe. Well, Nascimento in the first 2 games has only played roughly 14 minutes per game. He's been averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds, but I think if it's one thing to look at with a player like Nascimento is the depth in this Brazilian team. If you watch both games against both Iran and Poland, they were competitive. They made comebacks. I just feel it's finding the balance in their play. We know they have an outstanding player in Cristiano Clemente. I think as we've seen with Clemente, he's not only trying to be a dominant scorer, he wants to get his teammates involved. There's an offensive rebound picked up by Plinio Macedo, as now he becomes the 7th Brazilian player to go to the free throw line. Well, Macedo's going to go to the bench. Double change coming into the game here for the Brazilians. Anderson Ferreira also checking into the lineup. Macedo now at the charity stripe. Well, I thought he was quite a factor in this second game from Brazil, because what we learned in that first game is that this team was heavily reliant on the scoring from Clemente. And it's players like Filio, Macedo, they can be key factors. Not only to try and book your tickets for Ottawa for the IWBF World Championships, but to really make you a competitive team to compete for a medal. As he now becomes the first Brazilian player to miss 2 free throws here in the first half. And that's unfortunately going to be an 8-second violation. Well, Senegal right now with their 9th turnover here in the first half. Just have to find those pressure relievers to help the backcourt players get the ball over the halfway line. I would say De Goya, maybe Elhaj Diouf, but it looks like a triple change is coming in for Senegal. So Ibrahim Afei will check into the game. Issa Dia, Elhaj Diouf will check out. No, it's a double change, my apologies. Also coming in for Senegal, number 9. In fact, Sahu Dieng. So this is his first impact into the lineup for the Senegalese players. Ferreira goes baseline, uncontested, and that's just way too easy. Senegal, they've got to have a help side defender because they cannot afford to give any more points away in the paint. Already 18 points in the key for the Brazilians. And great work by Ibrahim Afei. It's a better transition. Aliou Drame finishes. And that is the Senegal we saw in the game against Poland. A solid 3-on-1. And they need more of that if they're going to try to get back in this game. De Silva finding Ferreira. Metheda going baseline, has options. Kicks out to Ferreira. There's a pump fake. Time winding down the shot clock. Maybe just one too many passes in that offense. But against Senegal, inspired through their fast break play, led by Aliou Drame. Badara Sam, he'll go up. What? It's a good attempt. It's much better. We're seeing more optimism in Senegal's transition. But now here come Brazil with the numbers. Nascimento, that time finding Ferreira. Ferreira, nice hesitation, back to Nascimento. It's a nice give and go, but the end product not there. De Silva with the offensive rebound, now giving Brazil 8 second chance opportunity points as they extend it to a 29-point lead. Now it's Badara Sam. Badara Sam, nice little diamond. That foul, I think, is going to be called on the ground, but Aliou Drame, I like what he's doing along with Ibrahim Afei. They're pushing the tempo, trying to put Brazil's full court pressure under a bit of pressure of its own, if you like. As another change comes in for the Brazilians. So Lucas de Lima coming in. De Lima, apart from having 1 assist so far here in this repechage, Coach Kais van Roosela trying to rotate the lineup a bit, give every player a bit of experience in this game. But a timeout is going to be called by Coach van Roosela. 4:31 to go here in the second quarter, live here in Suphanburi, Thailand. We'll return from this timeout in just under 1 minute, momentarily. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Suphanburi. 4:31 to go in the second quarter. Brazil currently leading by 29 points against Senegal in game day 3 of the IWBF Repechage 2026. All roads will be ending in Ottawa, Canada for 3 more teams after Iran already booked their tickets. The IWBF World Championship, it's coming back. We had a fantastic event in Dubai 2023. It was held in 2023, but it was actually supposed to be held in 2022. Badara Sam, quick off the inbound. It's 3 good looks for Badara Sam, but right now just not falling. And here comes Anderson Ferreira. Well, he's got numbers with him. De Silva finds De Silva in the paint, and now they extend it to a 31-point lead. And you can hear the torcedores back in Brazil. Bora Brazil, as they say at the moment. Badara Sam Just trying to find some options. He'll go for another one from the mid-range, and the bank is open. That's what he's been looking for. That's his go-to bread and butter at the moment. And if he's going to keep taking those and they keep going in, Senegal's got to go to him. Farah just passing along. Brazil have done an excellent job so far of passing the ball. Nascimento just a little too short. I think the ball may have just left his hand a little awkwardly. But I don't think too much complaint there from Brazil's coaching staff. They have a big advantage at the moment. De Goya high up here in the backcourt. Finds Ibrahim Afei. Senegal can try to build a little bit of fluidity here in their offense. Badar Sam, another one. Wow, wow. 2 consecutive wow, wows there from Badar Sam. And that is how Senegal need to continue building that identity, the confidence in their offense. Anderson Ferreira, he'll fire a 3. He made one yesterday. Nascimento with the offensive rebound. And again, it's the same problem here for Senegal. Any shot goes up. They've got to eliminate the offensive rebounding from Brazil. Aliou Dramé just put under a bit of pressure by Ferreira. As Ibrahim Afei just tries to look for options. Badar Sam, last 4 consecutive points here for Senegal. And that's going to be a foul on the ground, I believe. It looks like it's on Anderson Ferreira. Only the second team foul for Brazil. First personal against Anderson Ferreira. Badar Sam on the baseline, matched up by Alex da Silva. This is good defense from Brazil. Time winding down for Senegal. Badar Sam's got to put up a tough one. Are you kidding me? Wow, wow, baby. Badar Sam, 6 unanswered points. Well, when in doubt, you go to Badar Sam. He is wow, wow, unconscious, on fire right now. But now Anderson Ferreira, top of the key. His time is dwindling down, but good defense from Aliou Dramé. Dramé will look to go himself. And that is an 8-2 run for Senegal. It's something they can build on as they minimize it down to a 25-point deficit. The wow, wow belief from the Kings of Africa. Anderson Ferreira left with time and space, unable to hit. Senegal may have done their scouting on him. As now here comes Ibrahim Afei. As mentioned, Senegal on an 8-2 run at the moment. Badar Sam's wide open. They try to find De Goya. Goes out of bounds. But Senegal will retain this with 11 seconds on the shot clock. De Goya quickly getting it inbound with Ibrahim Afei. Badar Sam. He's been the man of the hour so far. Another one goes, oh, can he get it? Just rolls in and out. Great work by Plinio Matheda. Can Brazil try to quiet down the surge, but that one rolls in and out from Ferreira. But unfortunately, Senegal unable to claim the rebound. So baseline possession coming up to Brazil with 14 on the shot clock. Alex da Silva, quick handoff here with Ferreira. Ferreira tries to find his way in the key. Just too strong off the bank. If Senegal go quickly here, they can go 2 for 1. Badar Sam. Sam's got time and space, but he wants to find Ibrahim Afei with a screen. Kicks out to Aliou Dramé. Dramé thinks about it. Gets that screen. He'll go for the mid-range. 2 very good looks there from Senegal, but just unable to convert it. Now it's Brazil, who can have the final play here in the first half. Da Silva with 10. Finds Nascimento, but that is going to be a 3-second violation against Brazil. So it's 7.9. It will be Senegal with the final play here, but they'll inbound it in their half. They got to go quickly. Drame's got to get it ahead. Oh, they steal it. Ferreira comes up with it. But a foul will be committed. Not the worst foul in the world because that's only the 4th team foul against Senegal. So no free throws coming up for Brazil. It'll be a baseline possession, as I said. Sideline, my apologies. 0.7 of a second remaining. The foul is called on Sahu Dieng. And there you have it. End of the first half. It's currently Brazil leading by 25 here in game day 3 of the IWBF 2026 Repechage. 3 teams still looking to book their tickets for Ottawa IWBF World Championship. We'll be back for the second half in under 15 minutes. Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Suphanburi for the IWBF 2026 Repechage. But currently, Brazil have a 25-point lead against Senegal. Well, it's game day 3. Senegal, of course, have gone down by as many as 31, but led by Badara Sam, they found some form of inspiration in their offense. Right now, Brazil with 24 points in the paint, 10 second chance points, as well as 10 fast break buckets, or points, excuse me. Brazil being led by both Cristiano Clemente and Alex de Silva, combined total of 26 points. While Senegal, right now it's Aliou Dramé lead them with 10, Badara Sam with 6. I think for Senegal is they have 10 turnovers too many and no offensive rebounds. Well, credit to Senegal. They found some form of inspiration, I would say, in their offense in the final minutes of the second quarter, but they need to do that on a consistent basis. It will be Senegal with the first possession. We have another game coming up later on today. Korea have just entered the building, as have the Netherlands. Because classification games today to find out the final matchups tomorrow, in which the winners will then book their tickets for the 2026 IWBF World Championship in Ottawa, Canada. Senegal allowed the ball to run to avoid time being taken off the clock, but the clock had actually started. I think that's the case because, or maybe not, no. Badara Sam, 6 very impressive points. He's trying to go up to 8 now with the mid-range, and beautifully tucked away by the veteran. Well, like I said, today won't confirm whether or not if you'll go to the IWBF World Championship. And they may be down by 23, but they must keep competing. Stefilio on the baseline. That's a little too short. Senegal want to get something here in the transition. They do have a 5-on-4 opportunity. Ibrahim Afei just getting quickly. Saliou Dieng unable, but Ibrahim Afei just able to recover the possession. Ibrahim Afei, tough cross-court fast, but that is just intercepted by de Silva. Now here comes Sergio Junior. Clemente, still the leading scorer. 14 points. Cross-court pass finding Sergio Junior. Nice dive down to Filio, and it's inside the paint and easily tucked away by the big fella. Very cool, calm, and collected offense executed there by the Brazilians. Well, nice roll by Ibrahim Afei, and that's 2 good points inside the paint. Like I said, still plenty of time in this game, but Senegal have got to build confidence. It's their first time playing outside of an IWBF African Championship. Clemente, nice receive, keeps it in one hand, and he's able to finish. That's 2 consecutive plays where Brazil have been able to utilize their strength and size inside the key. Senegal want Clemente out of the defensive play here for Brazil. But Badara Sam, he's got 8 points. This is good defense from Sergio Junior. Sam now finds time and space. It's contested. I don't think Filio got a piece of that, so that's going to go back to Brazil. Brazil have led by as many as 31 in this game. Clemente. Well, good defense from Saliou Dieng, but they throw it back to Clemente. They don't want an assist here. What's not going to happen? Senegal this time just able to recover possession. Aliou Dramé finds Saliou Dieng. Now he's got Badara Sam, Ibrahim Afei ahead of him, as well as Saliou Dieng. But Senegal unable to capitalize with the advantage. Dieng, little handoff here with Badara Sam. It's good defense, but they find Ibrahima Faye. Good execution. And that's positive play there from Senegal. 4 points here in the third quarter for Ibrahima Faye. Senegal passing and moving the ball much better, but they leave Clemente. They could pay the price. Here it comes. And excelente Clemente from downtown. Don't leave him wide open, because he will make it rain here in Suphanburi, excuse me. Now Aliou Dramé finds Badara Sam. He can become joint leading scorer if he makes this one, but he's fouled in the process and becomes only the second Senegalese player to make his way to the free throw line. Senegal have only taken 3 free throws so far today. They've made 2 of them. And all 3 of them have been taken by Aliou Dramé. Drame's still the leading scorer here for Senegal, but if Badara Sam makes both, who's 4 for 9 from the field, he'll become joint leading scorer for the Senegalese team. First one good for Badara Sam. He's one of the veteran players of this team, 35 years young. Because his leadership, his experience for this national team is quite imperative if they're going to try to make it to Ottawa. Makes them both. Now officially Senegal's joint leading scorer with Aliou Dramé. Brazil still leading by 24, but they'll want to extend this. So go down low to Alex De Silva, but that's going to be a foul called against Ibrahima Faye. That's only his first personal and first team foul against Senegal here with only 4 minutes played in the third quarter. Ibrahima Faye, Badara Sam just trying to tighten up against Alex De Silva. Brazil get it inbound. Well, Sergio Junior with time and space in the mid-range, just unable to knock that one in. And here comes Senegal. Aliou Dramé looking for options. Senegal don't have the spacing here in the transition. Well, Sao Jiang wide open. Dramé could have gone himself, but he throws it away. And I think Dramé probably should have elected to look for a score that time. As now here comes Sergio Junior. Wants to find Clemente, quickly goes up with it. Senegal able to come up with a stop. Now can they push? And again, Sao Jiang wide open. That's 2 times Senegal don't get it to him. And you got to feel for Sao Dramé, because that's twice he's made the effort to get ahead. Remember, when teammates make that extra, I would say just extra motivation, extra effort just to try and get transition points, you don't get the ball to them, they're probably not going to do it for a 3rd and 4th time. Badara Sam. Nice little pass down low to Ibrahima Faye. Sam's got 10. But again, Senegal, not a single offensive rebound here today. And here comes Brazil. Brazil's practically capitalized advantage in every category. And here comes Clemente. One more time, obrigado. And that indeed is his 4th 3-point field goal today. Clemente now moving up to 22 points. 4 out of 4. He hasn't missed a 3-pointer for that matter. He's on fire. Well, they find Sao Jiang, who just made the baseline cut. Well, that's actually Aliou Dramé. So nice little build-up there between Aliou Dramé and Saliou Dieng. Well, Clemente hasn't missed a 3, and still give this man some credit. Unconscious, on fire. It's him. Clemente is him. Excelente Clemente. 5 out of 5 from the three-point line. And here comes Ibrahim Afei, now with 6 points here in the third quarter. And all of them have come inside the paints. A timeout is going to be called by Brazil's head coach, Kais van Rooselaar. And we'll be back from this timeout in just under 1 minute. Well, still a 26-point advantage here to Brazil. Clemente being heavily defended by Saliu Dieng. Well, Clemente's feeling it. He hasn't missed one yet. Are you kidding me? Clemente! What did this man have for breakfast today? 28 points. 6 out of 6 from the three-point line. It's become the Clemente show. Unstoppable. As Ibrahim Afei with 6 points here in the third quarter, unable to convert that time. And now here come Brazil. But you got to go to Clemente. Clemente just cannot miss today. But Ibrahim Afei just trying to almost face guard him. A box and one if you like. As Dario Filho now officially extending it to a 31-point advantage to Brazil. Senegal still battling. Just under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Aliou Dramé finds Saliu Dieng. Now we have a delay in game because Ibrahim Afei just going to the ground. Look, it's going to remain Senegal possession with 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. RSM, joint leading scorer with Aliou Dramé, now can become the leading scorer, but that time a little short on the 45-degree bank. And now here comes Brazil. Options, Casemiro go up with it. Unable to finish. Nunes with the offensive rebound, the second chance points, giving Brazil that further edge on this plus 30-point lead. And it looks like a timeout is going to be called by Senegal with 2:19 to go here in the third quarter. They trail by 33 against Brazil here at the IWBF Repechage. We'll be back in under 1 minute. Well, 2:19 here at the moment. I think what Senegal's coaching staff wants with their players, some sort of a run here on both ends of the floor. Tighten down on the defense. Try to make things a little bit more difficult here for Brazil, but also find some ways to get some points on the board. Aliou Dramé in the paint. Finds El Hadji Diouf. Goes up, and that's much better from Senegal. Diouf in the paint has had a relatively quiet game since the first quarter. Only his second field goal. He's 2 out of 7 from the field today, El Hadji Diouf. Clemente 6 out of 6 from the three-point line. Can it be 7? You bet it can. 7 three-point field goals for Cristiano Clemente. We're just witnessing greatness. And I don't think any defense on any day today is going to be able to stop Cristiano Clemente. What a performance. 31 points in total. He's only missed 2 field goal attempts, and those have come inside the paint. Who needs layups? Who needs free throws if you're Clemente? You just go from the three-point line. El Hadji Diouf currently with 4 points, now moving up to 6 points. Slicing that deficit down just marginally to 32. 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. It's now Dario Filio, kicks this one out. Good passing here is Nunez on the baseline. El Hadji Diouf trying to contest this one. Saliou Dieng fighting for the rebound, but that goes out of bounds, and Brazil will retain the possession with 52.6. And they'll have a fresh 14. Nunez on the baseline. Has to go for tough contested fadeaway. Saliou Dieng comes up with a rebound. El Hadji Diouf tries to get ahead. He's got Dramé to his left. De Goya to his right. Good transition defense. That time coming from Marcos da Silva. Now De Goya will fire it. And unfortunately, that's going to go out of bounds. So 6.1 seconds. Difference between both game and shot clock here for Brazil. Remember, Brazil haven't missed a three-point. Or should I say Cristiano Clemente hasn't missed a three-point. He's made all 7 of their attempts. Nunez trying to find Dario Filio. A foul is going to be called against Saliou Dieng. So free throws coming up for Dario Filio. Well, Brazil have missed more free throws than they have three-pointers. They're 11 out of 14 today from the charity stripe. Dario Filio with 6 points. He hasn't missed a free throw yet thus far. Well, that's his first free throw miss attempt today. Senegal trailing by 32, potentially 33, but the good thing for them is with 16.3, can try to get one final attempt, but a giveaway an offensive rebound. Da Silva finds Nunez. Well, Da Silva will go from 17. This one's up, no good. Saliou Dieng gets a rebound. Senegal have a little bit of time here. Dramé's got to think about it. 1 second left. Diouf doesn't get it off in time, and that is the end of the third. We'll head into the fourth and final 10 with Senegal trailing by 32 against Brazil here in the IWBF 2026 Repechage in Suphanburi. We'll be back in under 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Suphanburi for the 2026 IWBF Repechage. Brazil, game day 3, leading by 32 points against Senegal. And while Brazil have been magnificent, it's quite clearly been the 31 points from Cristiano Clemente that's really put them so far ahead. Remember, this game will neither decide nor dictate if either team will go to Ottawa 2026 for the IWBF World Championship, as Dario Filio missing the first attempt. Further classification games to find out who they'll meet tomorrow. Well, the IWBF has done a magnificent job, especially the LOC, for putting on a very fantastic event here in Suphanburi. Everybody's played their role in what's been an absolutely amazing time here in Suphanburi. As Al-Haj Diouf, just a little short then. I think we've said this in many games, of course. Senegal at the moment, like I said, they'll get one final chance tomorrow, even though they haven't won a game yet, to see if they can make it to the IWBF Worlds. Dario Filio just conveniently finds his way inside the paint. And now Brazil with 70 points. Well, this is better here. Aliou Dramé now moving up to 12 points. So he's now officially Senegal's leading scorer today. And what's good for this performance from him, he's naturally known as a facilitator whenever he's featured in the IWBF World African Championships, excuse me. So a foul is going to be called against Saliou Dieng. So that's going to be the first team foul for either of these two teams. Now I think the officials just having a discussion now to find out if any further action needs to take place. Will there be an upgrade from the initial decision of a normal foul? De Silva elects to go himself on this one. Saliou Dieng with the rebound. Ibrahim Afei, great effort to get ahead here. De Silva trying to match up the speed. Good transition defense by the Brazilians. He's now Al-Haj Diouf in the paint. Well, he had Issa Dia with him, but he's fouled in the process. So now he'll go to the free throw line here for Senegal. Well, Al-Haj Diouf has been arguably their best offensive player. Currently plays his professional wheelchair basketball career in Italy at the moment. This is an outstanding athlete who, with players like him in the pathway they have in Senegalese wheelchair basketball, the future is definitely bright for Senegal. It's now Nunes. Looking to push the tempo quickly, swerving in and around the defense, and he'll go himself. Well, that's a case of going coast to coast here in Suphanburi. Great work by Nunes. Almost 2 minutes played here in the fourth quarter. Offensive rebound by Saliou Dieng, but unsuccessful with the second chance points. And now Nunes. Last time he went coast to coast. Got options with him this time. Finds Dario Filio, and that's an and-one. And Filio will go to the charity stripe. And that all starts with Idio Nunes. Because when you have a player who's able to go from either an outlet or directly from a defensive rebound and just force the transition defense to react, and, you know, he can score, he can facilitate. That's what makes him such a great player. Great work identifying the wide open Dario Filio. Now Haj Diouf. He's had some success there in the fourth quarter. That one's on target, but a little too strong, hitting the back iron. So here comes Brazil. De Silva. That's going to be a foul against Saliou Dieng. Third team foul against Senegal. That's going to be his third personal. Filio unable to finish. And that time again, getting it back and further piling more pressure against Senegal. It's a huge turnaround in this game. There's no doubt about it. Brazil showed a lot of elements of promise in those first two games, but were just not quite able to make a comeback. So Clemente's going to actually come back into the game. Nascimento also coming in along with Anderson Ferreira. So Brazil doing a complete five-player change. Macedo also into the game, as well as Duan Santos. I'd still like to know if Clemente is going to take more threes. He hasn't missed one tonight, 7. Brazil forcing a turnover. Fresh 5 off the bench. Clemente to his right. Clemente goes baseline, shifts, shakes, hesitates, and now goes up to 33. Well, just needs 2 more points to get above what he achieved in first game against Poland. But he's only missed 2 shots tonight. He's 12 out of 14 in total from the field. 5 assists away from a double-double. 6 rebounds away potentially from a triple-double for Clemente, as unfortunately Senegal turned it over again. Clemente, even if he gets 6 more steals, we're talking about a potential quadruple double. So, I mean, that is a man who fills up the stat sheet. Clemente hasn't missed one tonight, and that is his first missed 3-point attempt. 7 out of 8. Well, can you blame him? His confidence, his greatness. He is the Brazilian great one. Ibrahim Afei tries to go for a quick 3-pointer. Clemente gets ahead. And now Clemente is... Oh, he missed it. Well, did he try to get a rebound? I think he did. Wow. 6 rebounds. 2 of them have been offensive so far for Clemente. And now 35 points. Just under 5.5 to go here in the fourth and final quarter. A tough one for Senegal, but they continue to battle here. Saliou Dieng searching for options, now finds Hadji Diouf. Diouf goes from 15, this one's up, count it! And the king of Senegal with a chance to go to the free throw line for a potential 3-point play. And if he converts his free throw, he'll become the 3rd Senegalese player to get into double figures. 9 points now for Hadji Diouf. Senegal just making a change, so checking in for them will indeed be, well, I think they're trying to make a double change yet, so looks like Moanjai is going to sub in for the first time into this game, as well as Issa Dia will make a return. I'm not sure who's coming out for the Senegalese players. Sadia into the game. Looks like Aliou Drame is also going to check out along with Sahou Dieng. El Hadji Diouf just waiting for the free throw to try and become the third player to get to double figures in terms of points for Senegal. Diouf unable to come up with the free throw. Offensive rebound collected here by the Senegalese players, but that's just not going to fall. Now here comes Brazil. Fedo has options. Clemente now goes baseline with 35 points. Hesitates. Nice dime, finds Nascimento. Good build-up, but a tough angle there for João Nascimento. El Hadji Diouf coming up with a rebound. Third rebound today here for El Hadji Diouf. It's actually Saliou Dieng, who's now currently on the bench. Well, no, he's actually still on the floor, excuse me, who leads in rebounds. Mamadou Ba also into the game here for Senegal. Ba's going to have to throw this one up, and that's going to go out of bounds. 4:26 to go here in the fourth quarter, and a 24-second violation. Still a 40-point lead to Brazil. Well, Ferreira, why not? Wide open, goes for it. And that's only the second missed three-point attempt for Brazil. El Hadji Diouf has Mamadou Ba ahead of him. Well, Senegal will inbound this one. It was a slight delay in game. I believe it was Mamadou Ba that did hit the ground. They just have to take care of the sweat that's on the floor. So the moisturizer technician removal will come onto the floor here at the moment. Now we're under 4 minutes here for Senegal. Anything they can try to get from these final 4 minutes heading into that final game. Mamadou Ba, top of the key. Nascimento just comfortably grabs the rebound for Brazil. Now here comes Ferreira. Ferreira keeps the ball in his hands, weighs up a few options. Sadia just trying to put his hands in the passing lanes. Find De Silva. Another foul committed, so 2 free throws coming up for Alex De Silva. Well, Brazil have only missed 5 free throws so far today. They're 12 out of 17. And it's actually Alex De Silva who has the best record so far. 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe here for the Brazilians. Make it 5 out of 5. Well, he is Senor Perfecto from the free throw line for Brazil. Alex De Silva has 14 points so far tonight. Now the second leading scorer behind Cristiano Clemente's 35 points. El Hadji Diouf, heavily defended. Goes to the mid-range. That's a little too strong, and now Brazil. They want to keep maintaining and partly more pressure against Senegal's transition defense. Ferreira finds Macedo. Silva goes in. De Silva just unable to finish. Saliou Dieng collecting that board for Senegal. Senegal trying to get numbers ahead. Brazil have 4 players back. It's Mamadou Ba. Tries a lob pass. Saliu Dieng does magnificently keep it under control, and he's able to score inside the paint. Well, that's 22 points inside the paint here for Senegal, but compare that to Brazil's 42. That has been a huge disparity. Brazil will find Nascimento. Time Brazil just unable to come up with the goods with 2:20 under left here in the fourth and final quarter. It's been an outstanding display from Brazil, as inevitably they will be heading for the first victory here at the Repechage. Shot hit in the front eye, and De Silva comes up with it. Well, nice unselfish passing, and in the end, beautifully finished by Brazil in transition by João Nascimento. Nascimento now with his second field goal. He now has 5 points. And this is great for the players who don't necessarily get in the rotation when Brazil have to play their big games. But that is going to be another unforced turnover against Senegal. And unfortunately for Senegal, that's turnover number 16. As it looks like Brazil are going to call timeout here to try and talk about something with this second string five that Kais van Rooselaar has on the floor. We'll be back from this timeout in under 1 minute. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Suphanburi, Thailand. The 2026 IWBF Repechage. Over 100 seconds remain here as Brazil currently lead by 42 points against Senegal. Anderson Ferreira being heavily defended by Aliou Drame. Nascimento with 5 points inside the paint. He'll go for the mid-range. And a foul is going to be called. It looks like that foul is going to be called against Omapu. I think it's Ampuye, excuse me. So 2 free throws coming up for João Nascimento. Well, I was speaking with my co-commentator John Hobbs about João Nascimento, and John Hobbs basically said that what makes Nascimento an up-and-coming rising player is his ability to score, particularly from the mid-range, and also his ability to get in and around the gaps and grab offensive rebounding. So if you want to follow more on international IWBF wheelchair basketball, follow John Hobbs, as he has great information background on all of these up-and-coming players. Al-Haji Diouf. Because can he go into double figures? He's got 9 points. On target, just unable to convert. Ibrahim Afei tries to save the loose ball. It's a foul, but it's unable to go in for an and-one. But 2 free throws coming up for Ibrahim Afei. Afei currently with 6 points tonight. They all came in the third quarter. Wow, no free throws, excuse me. The foul was called on the ground. Saliu Dieng just trying to weigh up some options here. Final seconds, Faye's got to shoot it, and that's going to be a 24-second violation. A bit of miscommunication there from the Senegalese players, unaware of how much time was winding down on the shot clock. Brazil, why now? It's Anderson Ferreira. He'll fire a three. No player has scored a three-pointer tonight other than Cristiano Clemente. A jump ball is going to be called. Senegal with 36.2 will have the possession as the arrow goes in their favor. Well, everything a consolation here at the moment for Senegal. As we can see in the corner, not necessarily in the viewer's screen, it's another turnover. Both Korea and the Netherlands will go up against each other after this game. Nascimento. And there it is, the nice dive coming from Alex da Silva. And Brazil, right now, they can take a little bit of confidence into their final game that they finally have a win here at the IWBF 2026 Repechage. Like I said, this game neither eliminates nor confirms either Senegal or Brazil's participation at the IWBF World Championship. It just puts them in the bracket of seedings for their final games tomorrow, in which they must win that one if they want to go to Ottawa, Canada. But as it stands, Brazil win 88-43 against Senegal. A masterclass of a performance from Cristiano Clemente. Incredible 7 3-point field goals converted, finishing with 35 points. And like we said, one final game coming up here in game day 3 between both the Netherlands and Korea. You can watch it live here on IWBF's YouTube platform, and that will be taking place very shortly after this one. But for now, thank you for joining us. We'll see you for the next game.